Hi, this is Kate Magic, and you're listening to the Raw Living podcast. Raw Living is Europe's leading raw foods and superfood supplier, and I founded the company back in 2002. In this interview series, I'm talking to some of the people behind the brands that we offer on our shop to find out what exactly is the ethos behind the company. Not just the ingredients that they use and the processes that they use to create the end results, but I'm asking them other questions like how do they show respect for the environment? How do they treat their workers and their relationship to the farmers who grow the crops? All the companies that we work with are putting huge amounts of dedication and commitment into creating products that are benefiting not just you, but also the whole ecosystem, the planet, the people. And with this series, I'm hoping to show insights into that. When you're shopping with these companies, you're really not just investing in your health, you're truly investing in a better world for us all. My guest today is Jo from Ancient and Brave, who make collagen supplements and MCT oil. Hi Jo, how are you today?
I'm great today, thank you so much. Thanks for having us on the podcast.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of new to Ancient and Brave, but really loving what I've experienced so far. It is a fairly new company, isn't it? Can you tell us a bit about how the company got started and who the founders are?
Yeah, of course. So we're about 5 years old, and our founder is Kate Prince. So she literally started at her kitchen table with simple formulations, and it's just grown and grown and grown since then. We are now a team of 25 brilliant women, all working really hard and creating something pretty magic, I think.
What was her background? Was she a nutritionist or?
No, so Kate originally was a lawyer, but she had a real interest in health and wellness and fascinated by what was happening across the pond in America. She could see the rising collagen and nootropics like MCT, but she wasn't all that happy about the quality of them. You know, about 5 years ago, adding collagen to your coffee was just, out of this world at that point. So she kind of started with the idea that she wanted to do it all a bit differently. She wanted to be more sustainable, and create something really, high quality that people could use. So that was kind of her angle. And then she brought on board nutritionists and dietitians at the time to really support her with the nutrition side of it.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that because, as you say, nobody knew what collagen was 5 years ago, and now it must be one of the most popular health products that everyone's getting into. So, can you tell us why it's important to take a collagen supplement and who particularly benefits from taking collagen?
Yeah, so we all need collagen. Our bodies are really great at producing it when we're a lot younger, and we lose that benefit of producing our collagen as we get older. But collagen really is the glue that holds us together. It's one of the main proteins in the body, and it creates that structural scaffolding that we need in our joints, in our bones, in our skin health. We have it in our gut lining. It's all over. It's really ubiquitous in the body as well. And what we've seen is from our sort of ancestral health, we would have eaten a lot more collagen-based products when we used to eat nose to tail, for example. And now our modern lifestyles and modern diets don't really incorporate collagen quite as often. So not only are we losing collagen as we age, we're not actually having it that much in our diets either. So we do find that the older we get, the more people benefit from collagen. But people who are, say, they've just had a baby or they have an injury or they're working on their gut health, these people always um, benefit from having a bit more extra collagen as well. So it's throughout our lives at different times, for sure. And, we can change the dosage for that as well. And dependent on what our dietary preferences as well. So, we have our main collagen line, but we also have our vegan collagen line. So we can support people on a vegan diet as well.
As a vegan, as someone, I do a lot of like really high intensity yoga and I cycle everywhere as well. And I feel like the best way I can describe it when I first started taking that Ancient and Brave was that my bones just felt really happy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's nourishment, isn't it, for your bones and your joints and your skin health as well. We're really up against it in our modern lives. You know, like as you said, if you've got an active lifestyle, that can really support, your bones regenerating, but only if it's given the building blocks to be able to do that with. And, we also have things like sun exposure, and depending on what your diets are, there's all these things that are kind of working against our collagen production all the time. So it makes it a harder job for the body if we don't give the body the building blocks it needs to create its own collagen again.
Mm. One of the main things I've noticed is I do have naturally quite good nails. It's in my genes. My mum does as well, but my nails are really strong since I've been taking it.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's one of the first things people noticed actually, and we get that a lot in terms of our feedback from our customers. And then they start noticing in their skins, their joints and their bones come a bit later, and that kind of is in line with the science that we're seeing as well. It's that consistency with taking collagen, which really supports the benefits. And depending on where the collagen's going in your body, will depend on how that's coming out for you as well.
Mm. I think probably most of the people listening to this will be vegan, but not everyone. And it'd be interesting to understand better the difference between what is vegan collagen and what is animal-based collagen.
We get asked this a lot. So to try and make it really clear that it isn't the same as collagen, we've changed the spelling of our vegan collagen. It's got a Y in it. And that's because plants don't naturally produce collagen. So rather than producing a collagen in a lab, what we've done instead is we've taken the main amino acids that you find in collagen, glycine, hydroxyproline, and proline, and made sure that we've included these in our vegan product at really lovely amounts as well, as alongside a few other amino acids like arginine and alanine, which we also find in collagen, so we can provide the body with the building blocks it needs to create its own collagen. We've found plant-based versions of these alongside some lovely botanicals and some vitamin C as well, which is also so crucial in that collagen production too.
And you mentioned some of the plants that provide that.
Yeah, so we've used a vitamin C, which is a magnesium ascorbate, but we've also used things like rosehip, which is really high in vitamin C and traditionally used for skin benefits as well. We've also used some really lovely antioxidant rich plants like hascat berry and white tea extract, just to really give it that extra boost as well.
The other thing to say about it is it's really delicious.
Yes.
Just off the spoon when I opened the jar, I was just like, I think I ate too much the first time because I was so good and I just kept.
Oh, well, thank you. That's what's one of the really exciting and lovely things about our formulation. So we are big about ritual here at Ancient and Brave. And whilst we can completely see the benefits of people taking supplements, we're all about fitting this ritual into your day and making it part of your day rather than popping another pill. We like people to make a drink out of their products that they're using. So the Radiant one, which is the one I think that you have, our vegan one, we really tried to create a delicious product that people would enjoy incorporating into their day, whether that's in a smoothie or adding it to some nice plant milk, or even just hot water. It works really well with. And we're currently creating some new products as well. And although we love creating products that taste delicious, it just adds another dimension to our sourcing and making sure that we're getting plants that do incorporate some really delicious and great flavors as well.
Shall I just share a quick recipe? What I'm doing is I have coconut kefir as the base.
Mhm.
And I have a tablespoon of tocotrinos, a tablespoon of lecithin, 2 tablespoons of maca, and a tablespoon of Ancient and Brave, and
Wow.
coconut water.
Oh, that sounds incredible. Like a neat, I love it.
That's
Delicious.
my afternoon. That's my afternoon top me up currently.
Yeah, I can see. And with all those ingredients, how that's going to help you carry you through the afternoon when people often feel a dip. I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, there's also a synergy. I feel like, I don't know, you're a nutritionist, maybe you know better than me, but I feel like there's a synergy between the lecithin and the tocotrienols together. I always put them together because I feel like they do something together.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And alongside, inside the Radiant, you'll also have the MCT oil powder. So I think that would work really well with those two as well.
So tell us about that. Why is MCT important? And tell us of the differentiation, because I have a lot of coconut products. Like I say, I have a lot of coconut yogurt, coconut chips, coconut oil, but there's a differentiation, isn't there? So tell us about that.
So coconuts do contain MCTs, which are medium chain triglycerides. It's just that when we take MCT oil, we don't have all the other things that come in coconut as well. So it's just this really concentrated form of MCTs. And MCTs are quick fuel for the body and the brain. And so you do kind of want it without all the other extras. I mean, there's merit to have a whole coconut as well, because obviously there's all the other beneficial ingredients in there. But if you're just looking for that brain fuel and body fuel, you want just the true MCT oil on its own.
So you mentioned that it was a nootropic. I think most people listen to this will be familiar with that, but can you just explain to us what a nootropic is?
Yeah, so nootropics are all based on supporting your brain to think faster, to focus, to concentrate. And a lot of the time it's around creating better circulation to the brain. In terms of MCT, what is happening is it's giving more energy to the brain, so you're able to do those things better. So, compared to other nootropics like herbal nootropics, they're always working on that circulation picture, whereas the MCT oil is really boosting the amount of energy that's going there very quickly as well.
And what are the ways you recommend people taking MCT oil?
So first of all, think about the dose. You don't want to go too big too quickly with MCT oil. It can cause some digestive upset if you're not used to it. And that's not in everybody, but we have had some customers get in contact saying, I think I've had too much, and it's not going to harm you, but it can cause a little bit of tummy pain, and you might find that you're running to the toilet. So start slowly on half a teaspoon and work your way up to then a teaspoon and then a tablespoon, and then a lot of people are taking maybe around 4 tablespoons a day, but honestly, it's kind of personal preference with that. And then what you want to mix it with is whatever you really enjoy. So things like coffee, it goes really well with, because you've already got the nootropic of caffeine in there. We like to drizzle it on our salads, or we can add it at the end when you're cooking porridge. You don't want to cook with this oil though. That's what's quite important, because it can become unstable at higher temperatures. So it's not one for frying in, for example. But yeah, drizzling or adding to hot drinks, it creates a really delicious, creamy drink when you whiz it in with your coffee.
I was going to ask that about the collagen, actually. Can people make hot drinks out of it if they want to?
Yeah, so collagen has a really good temperature stability. It's not completely indestructible in high temperatures, but it can withstand temperatures up to about 300 degrees that we're seeing in some scientific papers. So you're not going to find that in your kitchen. So adding it to hot drinks won't destabilize it or make it any less potent.
And I do group liver flushes twice a year, and I recommend that the MCT oil is good when we're trying to have low fat, because it's not as hard work for the liver as some other fats. Is that correct?
So it's a little bit different. But what MCT oil does is it goes to the liver to be converted into ketones really quickly. So it's actually bypassing the digestive system. So it's good for digestive rest. This is why people can use it within fasting protocols. If they're giving their guts a rest and extending their fast for a bit longer, it's not going to interrupt that process. But it does use the liver for creating the ketones out of the MCT. So there is a little bit of liver activation there. I haven't seen it personally in a liver cleanse, but I do know that it can be used really quickly by the body. So it's probably not going to be too taxing for that area.
Amazing, Jo, that's so interesting. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing what new products you bring out, because I'm sure they're going to be just as amazing. Is there anything particular that we can look forward to this year?
Well, we are launching some new products in September this year. They're going to be some delicious drinks, again, based on nootropics, and some adaptogens as well. We are looking at functional mushrooms. So they are very excited and incorporated. And we're also trying to include as many vegan products as possible as well, alongside our collagen products too, because we don't want to dictate how you eat. We just want to meet you guys where you're at with the best products we can.
Amazing. Jo, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening. You can check out the products we've been talking about by visiting Raw Living, rawliving.co.uk. And if you haven't got an account already, then do sign up. You get £5 off your first order. And also, please do like, subscribe and share this podcast. It really does help.